people and deliver them from the COVID-19 pandemic as they commemorate its descent upon the disciples of Jesus on Pentecost, 50 days after Easter Sunday. Classes begin this Monday for pupils in examination classes in the basic and secondary education sector, plus universities. School administrations disinfect premises, beef up the supply of potable water, and reduce class attendance to 25. The Cameroon Academy of Sciences suggests state support for national research, special measures in leisure sports, and effective comprehensive communication strategies to end the ravaging coronavirus in Cameroon. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Those were the headlines of the 7:30 news. Christians the world over today celebrate Pentecost, the day the Holy Spirit descended upon the disciples of Jesus. A Christian holiday which comes 50 days after Easter Sunday was celebrated at the Our Lady of Victory Cathedral in Yaoundé by the Metropolitan Archbishop, His Grace Jean Barga. He invoked the Holy Spirit to sanctify the school resumption tomorrow amidst the coronavirus scare. Constantine Baum tells us more.
A special feast of the church celebrated in a very difficult moment as COVID-19 pandemic continues to hit the nation. The Our Lady of Victory Cathedral was not to its full capacity because of the safety measures taken. But the Holy Spirit sent by the Father has come to accompany its people. This, His Grace Jean Barga says, the Christians have to become heroes in the Holy Spirit. According to his homily, the Holy Spirit was sent to Christians as a spirit of force, which enables the followers of Christ not to be afraid and not to panic. The Archbishop enjoined the Christians to face and overcome the pandemic through faithfulness and fidelity to the Holy Spirit. He further called on them to be aware of the gravity of the situation and respect the measures that are useful to overcome the pandemic.
The main problem we face is the spirit of the people, the mentality. Many of us refuse to accept the discipline. That is why the problem. So at the moment of the resumption of the school, I call all the people to know that we will overcome this pandemic by using a very good spirit.
He called on the Christians to draw closer to God and others to experience the reality of God, who is the Father of salvation and of mercy. This, according to Archbishop Jean Barga, is because the Holy Spirit of piety allows us to intercede, to exercise, to worship, to implore God's forgiveness. A very difficult time for Christians, but the man of God sees it as a time for adoration and invocation to keep hope alive, and a time for Christians to remain closer and faithful to God in order to overcome the pandemic.
The Eucharistic Mothers of the Montpellier Monastery of the Roman Catholic Church also celebrated Pentecost Day today. In prelude, they prayed for the complete eradication of the coronavirus in Cameroon and donated food items and disinfectants to the elderly, orphans and persons with disabilities. Ewane Pole has the details of the support action carried out by the charitable organization known as Caritas.
Eucharistic Mothers of the Montpellier Monastery of the Roman Catholic Church have not been indifferent in assisting vulnerable persons in society during this critical period of the coronavirus pandemic. Through their charitable organization, Caritas, they have donated these foodstuff and COVID-19 preventive kits to help curb the propagation of the deadly disease among these vulnerable persons.
There are disabled persons, there are orphans there coming from all the areas of Yaoundé. We have soaps, we have water, we have food.
Receiving the gifts from the donors, the underprivileged express their gratitude.
Give to the orphanage of Marie Mère de Miséricorde. We are also happy and we are saying thank you.
I will tell you, very glad, very glad for it. We thank them very much. God help them.
Organized at the Montpellier Catholic Monastery in Yaoundé, the event was marked by a special Holy Mass in respect of the solemnity of Pentecost, a day Christians believe the Holy Spirit descended upon the apostles and other followers of Jesus Christ.
Away from religion, 3 persons have died and 5 others have sustained severe injuries following a ghastly motor accident along the Yaoundé-Awai highway. The incident occurred when a drunk driver collided with a stationed vehicle whose passengers were helping out to replace a flat tire. Ebode Kanu reports on the tragedy blamed on recklessness.
This woman could not hold back her tears following the death of her 2 kids aged 17 and 22 in the ghastly car accident which occurred this Friday at about midnight along the Yaoundé-Awai highway, precisely at Esaminchang, a locality in Elat, in the Mefona Famba division. According to the commander of the Elat Gendarmerie Brigade, Samuel Bekono, the incident occurred when a Nissan vehicle immatriculated CE 445 GL collided with a Toyota Carina vehicle immatriculated CE 673 CL. Reports say the 32-year-old driver in a stupor, Denis Amel Ondwa Esomba, drove into the stationed vehicle when the 10 passengers on board had alighted to enable the driver replace a flat tire. This resulted in the death of 3 passengers on the spot, while 5 others who were injured were rushed to the Elat District Hospital. Dr. Osula Sonke, who received the patients, said 2 of them, who were in a critical condition, were evacuated to Yaoundé. Meantime, a boy and a 4-year-old baby are currently receiving medical attention at the hospital. The mayor of the Awai Council, Andre Remy Akono Alinga, was present at the scene to get first-hand information about the accident. It is worth noting that this is a 4th accident along the Yaoundé-Awai highway in less than 24 hours.
We apologize for the shocking images in that report. Now on to one of our top stories. Schools and institutions of higher learning are set to open their doors tomorrow, June 1, after a 2-month coronavirus-imposed break. Like elsewhere in the nation, COVID-19 preventive kits have been made available for pupils of examination classes and students, plus their instructors in Yaoundé. Iwane Pole visited some school premises and now reports on how prepared they are for the challenge.
Primary and secondary school premises are being prepared for the resumption of classes on Monday at Government Bilingual High School Emana in Yaoundé. All is set as COVID-19 preventive kits have been made available to limit the spread of the deadly disease in the school milieu.
This is just one of the hand washing kits we have bought. We have 18 hand washing kits for the students and the staff. We have already bought the thermal flashes. We are going to start by testing them to have their temperature. Then they will move to their classrooms. They will meet the hand washing kits. They will take the soap and they will wash their hands. In every classroom, we are supposed to have 24 students, like we have in this class.
It is the same situation at Christian Comprehensive Secondary School in Kolumbum.
Clearing of the compound, we have put running taps in every area. That is administrative block. You can see one there. In front of the refectory, there is another one. In the classroom block, there is one. Towards the girls' dormitory, there is one. Towards the boys' dormitory, there is another one with soap to wash hands. These are boarding schools. The dormitories have been rearranged. In the dormitory, we have 10 students per dormitory now, rather than 24 as we had before. And each student occupies a bed, distant from each other.
According to government decision, only pupils and students taking the 2020 sessions of official examinations are expected to start classes on June 1.
School administrations across the Northwest region have also beefed up the supply of potable water in their institutions to ensure the regular washing of hands. In boarding schools, the no dispensation allows less than 25 students in the same dormitory to reduce the risk of contamination. Details of these measures and more are outlined in this report by Mercy Kusi.
This is what welcomes you into the campus of Progressive Comprehensive High School Mankan, Bamenda. The school administration say it is among several other measures they've taken to protect students and teachers against COVID-19 as they resume come Monday, June 1st.
We have a borehole up there, and we have a spring water from the governor's office there in partnership with Nkwen Weather, so that 24 and 24 we have water here. The teachers are all around the place. There is a lot of dispositions that have been taken.
Elsewhere, school authorities assure boarding facilities and classrooms have been arranged to accommodate not more than 24 students, and overgrown grass is being mowed.
We are both boarding and day for the boarders. Granted that not all the students are coming back, there's enough space.
The students and the parents, we sensitize them through messages. We had meetings with teachers.
A team from the Northwest Regional Delegation of Secondary Education have been going round donating the President's anti-COVID-19 kits to the schools while ensuring that they meet the hygiene and sanitation standards required to host students in their campuses.
Infrastructural adjustments have been made to respect social distancing, assigning a maximum of 24 students per class.
According to the education stakeholders, schools shall resume fully for examination classes on Monday, while the rest of the students will join later in the week.
Still in the Northwest region, boarding schools in Bamenda have been disinfected by the Bamenda City Council as pupils begin classes tomorrow. From classrooms to dormitories and refectories, the city mayor, Paul Achobong, supervised the operation in the Presbyterian Secondary School Mankon and the Presbyterian Comprehensive Secondary School Azere. Karin Tosam tells us more.
They are armed for combat. The combat to get classrooms void of any form of coronavirus and fit to receive students. From one classroom and dormitory to the other, they disinfect benches and surfaces, all in a bid to keep them safe for its users.
I sought to find out from them if there were any kind of hindrances on their way for an effective opening of schools. The unanimous cry from these school authorities were that teachers are scared, parents were scared, the environment was not well prepared.
From the Presbyterian Secondary School Mankan that will accommodate close to 400 students from both PSS Mankan and PSS Bafut, the team moved to Presbyterian Comprehensive Secondary School Aziri, where the process continued. School authorities believe this gesture guarantees both parents and students of their determination to end the school year successfully.
This is a real assurance, and it also helps us kind of let the parents know that we are serious.
As schools reopen their doors this June 1, the Bamenda City Council has taken the commitment to continue the process when it arises and provide schools in the municipality with the kits necessary to fight the dreaded virus.
Logon Bioni in the Logon and Shari division, the Mayor Mahamat Ali is committed to get the population joined in strides to combat the deadly virus. He has given out the consignment of protective gadgets to some 46 schools in the locality, as we hear this report by Jamila Kadzalat.
The elites of Logon Birni has taken an active frontline position to stop the spread of the coronavirus in the Logon and Shari division of the Far North through the donation of thousands of hand-washing soaps, face masks, sanitizers and tap-adapted buckets. The gift targets over 46 primary and secondary schools of the division.
I am very happy to see the elites come together as one to fight against the pandemic. We donated benches in order to make sure that social distances will be done in schools to limit the propagation of the virus.
The event held at the Logon Birni ceremonial ground was an occasion for teachers and elites of the division to educate the population on the impact of the virus. The population has therefore been urged to make good use of the donation so as to keep the area free from any COVID-19 contamination.
3,000 masks and cartons of sanitizers and washing soap has been distributed by Honorable Marinette Ngoyetna to schools in Ideya as a contribution in the fight against the coronavirus. Meantime, in Mongo Division, although no cases of COVID-19 infections have been recorded in Manjo, Honorable Louis-Henri Ngacha has offered a stock of face masks and other items to school administrators. Details in this joint report by Mercy Asho Nyabeyo and Gladys Atemba Chechumambadla.
No COVID-19 case has been reported in Manjo. To avoid coronavirus ugly surprises amid school resumption, these protective kits comprised of 1,000 face masks, 14 cartons of savon, 20 gallons of disinfectants and watering cans have been donated to school administrators and commercial motorbike riders in Manjo. It is a similar move that unfolded in Loom, still in the Mongo division, where 3,000 face masks, 20 cartons of savon, 20 gallons of disinfectants and other anti-COVID-19 kits were donated to school administrators. The CPDM Member of Parliament for Mongo North, Honorable Louis-Henri Ngacha, on the occasion called on the population of the area to respect government rules to curb the spread of the coronavirus pandemic.
She has taken it upon herself to join in the fight against the spread of COVID-19 within the school milieu. Honorable Marinette Ngoyetna, in the wake of the school resumption, has offered 3,000 masks, 12 cartons of hand sanitizers, 20 cartons of soap and buckets to the teaching corps in a day. Honorable Marinette Ngoyetna, as member of the Education Commission of the Parliament, is taking it upon herself a task to roll back the spread of COVID-19 in Gambe and other localities in the Sanaga Maritime Division.
We appreciate this gesture by Honorable Ngoyetna in the Sanaga Maritime, especially for the education community.
After months at home, the Honorable Member of Parliament is hopeful that the students return armed for the fight against COVID-19.
In one of our top stories, the Cameroon Academy of Sciences has been preoccupied by the steep rise in the number of COVID-19 infections in the country. In its published statement, the Academy recommends the state's support for national research solutions to the pandemic, as well as special measures in recreation sports, plus a comprehensive communication strategy. Constantine Bom had a chat with the institution's president, Professor Sami Bebang Chumbo, and put together this report for the 7:30 News.
The first position statement of Cameroon Academy of Sciences on the COVID pandemic was made on 27 of March 2020. After the first statement, a lot has happened on the national scene to warrant a second statement.
There's a need for a commission, a sub-commission of the National Commission, made up of scientists and experts who would be charged by government to speedily work with traditional practitioners to look at the situation of traditional medicine and their possible contribution to the solution, because Cameroon, like most African countries, is endowed with species of traditional medicine that have a lot of potential that have been used. And in this case, they are candidates for solutions, whether we're talking about prevention, whether we're talking about management or cure.
The Cameroon Academy of Sciences see some special measures for bars, restaurants and recreational facilities must be taken.
Government needs to take stringent measures of control, of inspection, of sanctions, because a situation where you have regulations without sanctions consecrates involuntarily impunity.
The Academy has also called for a reinforcement of effective comprehensive communication strategies. The second position statement of the Cameroon Academy of Sciences comes as a contribution to the ongoing national efforts to contain the epidemic and reverse the trends of its spread.
With the resumption of classes billed for tomorrow, Monday, public health experts say parents, students and pupils must abide by measures to stem the spread of COVID-19. This will reduce the number of infections, which has risen today by 239 in Cameroon. Baldwin Sama is at the Public Health Emergency Operations Center and talks of how urgent it is to review our perception of the virus. Good evening, Baldwin.
Good evening to you, Esther Kiman. Welcome to the Public Health Emergency Operations Center this Sunday evening, where the number of confirmed cases of Cameroonians who are infected with COVID-19 keeps increasing on a daily basis, given that just this Sunday alone, as you rightly said a while ago, we have 239 confirmed cases of Cameroonians infected with the virus. And equally this Sunday alone, we have 6 Cameroonians who have died of COVID-19, and only 10 Cameroonians have recovered from COVID-19 this Sunday. And public health experts of this emergency operations center told us during a press briefing a while ago that all these infections or death or recoveries concern the 10 different regions of the country affected as far as the spread of COVID-19 is concerned. And they equally use the opportunity to inform us that mortality rates as far as those who die of COVID-19 in Cameroon stands at so far 3 out of 100 Cameroonians die of COVID-19. And they have informed us that those least affected with the spread of COVID-19 are those aged below 20, but it doesn't mean that they cannot get infected. They can actually get infected, and likewise, they can contaminate others. What they simply need to do is, those aged below 20, to simply abide by the rules and regulations and respect all these outlined measures in order to avoid being infected as far as COVID-19 is concerned. And during a press briefing a while ago, public health experts used the opportunity to remind parents, pupils and students that they have to be responsible as classes resume this Monday, June 1, calling on parents to make available face masks for their children, and equally on the teachers and the heads of the different schools to make available sanitary kits for these pupils and students that will avoid the spread of COVID-19 in the education milieu. And they have continued calling on Cameroonians to continue being responsible, continue being each other's keeper. You continue checking on your closest collaborator, your closest neighbor, or your closest sibling to ensure that he or she is in good health. And if you notice any abnormality, any symptoms of COVID-19 as far as any of these closest person is concerned, make sure or don't hesitate to dial the toll-free number 1510 and report such a case in order to avoid any further contamination. And just to remind Cameroonians that the screening center at the multipurpose sports complex for massive screening for civil servants and staff of parastatals working here in Yaoundé, organized by the Ministry of Public Health, it continues this Monday at the multipurpose sports complex, and it is free of charge. The take-home message this Sunday, Esther Kima, is 239 Cameroonians have been infected with COVID-19 this Sunday, 10 Cameroonians recovered from COVID-19, and 6 Cameroonians died of COVID-19 this Sunday in Cameroon. Back to you, Esther.
Thank you very much, Borden Sama. It's important to get tested the moment you feel any symptoms of the coronavirus. In the North region, the population of Faro Division have been gifted 5,000 face masks and sanitation packs to shield the area from the coronavirus pandemic. The gesture is that of the Secretary of State at the Ministry of Defense in charge of ex-servicemen and war victims, Kumpa Issa. Louis Kwanka Achato reports on the move targeting schools.
Operation One Child, One Mask, a bar of soap is the campaign the Secretary of State at the Ministry of Defense in charge of ex-servicemen and war victims, Kumpa Issa, is spearheading in Faro Division as schools therein are about to open their doors.
Protect the students, to protect the youth, for them to respect all the measures prescribed.
A total of 5,000 face masks, 500 surgical ones for health personnel included, 62 cartons of soap, 150 liters of household bleach, 10 sprayers, medical thermometers, 30 liters of alcohol-based hand rubs, and other sanitation kits are to be distributed to schools, as well as to commercial motorcycle riders, inmates of the Poli main prison, ex-servicemen, orphans, and other vulnerable segments of the population.
We are here responding to the head of state's appeal. So as the prominent elite of this division, I could not stay aside or behind. We targeted very sensitive and vulnerable segments of the society.
The initiative, which the member of government plans to multiply, is hoped would keep Faro Division COVID-19 free until the pandemic's eventual eradication.
For the Central Region, the elite of Akonolinga in Nyong and Fumu Division have resolved to oust the contagious virus from their locality, especially as children hit the roads to schools in early hours. The initiative, led by Dominic and Domo Elanga, protective gadgets were shared to schools of Akonolinga subdivision for the safety of pupils. Ebude Ekane has the details.
The sanitary and protective kits handed over to some schools in Akonolinga in the Nyong and Fumu division include cartons of laundry soap, thermoflash, buckets with taps, face masks, hand sanitizers and detergents. The gesture by elite of the locality led by Dominic and Domo Elanga seeks to keep the coronavirus at bay in the school environment following the resumption of classes this Monday.
You have to join our energies, elites and our authorities to allow our children to be back to school on Monday.
This hand sanitizer will help our children to begin the school safely.
The beneficiaries have promised to use the gifts for the intended purpose.
They cannot stay at home now, saying that they don't have a mask, they don't have something to protect themselves.
Parents have also been enjoined on the need to sensitize their kids on the importance of respecting government measures to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic.
The Banjul Council in the West Region is carrying out the free distribution of face masks to traders, motorbike riders and vulnerable groups. The Mayor Nikilov Maptwe Foso, in a sensitization campaign, exhorted the population to be responsible and protect themselves from getting infected. Health units in the area also received anti-COVID-19 kits, as Kelvin Nembo reports.
The collective battle to arrest the coronavirus is on course in the Pete Banjul municipality, spearheaded by the newly elected mayor, Nikilov Maptwe Foso. Given that the number of identified cases in the western region keeps rising, the mayor and the team embarked on the field to sensitize the population on the need to continue to respect all barrier measures. In major junctions, Pete Banjul main markets, amongst others, hundreds of face masks, hydroalcoholic gels, cartons of soap were distributed to the most vulnerable population, alongside flyers carrying COVID-19 preventive messages. Since the COVID-19 outbreak, Mayor Nikilov Maptwe Foso has also donated anti-COVID-19 material to some selected public and private health units. She says the fight must continue.
On today's obituary, homage has been paid to the late Pioneer Northwest Regional Delegate for Tourism and Leisure, Mrs. Mercy Tabufo. At her funeral, attended amongst others by Governor Adolphe Lele-Lafrique, she was praised for her immense contributions towards the growth of the tourism sector in the Northwest region. Kilo Varili Sala reports.
This looks like a usual church service, but it's not. Last on Earth tributes to the Northwest Regional Delegate of Tourism makes the atmosphere and the attendees out of the ordinary. Mercy Tabufo died at the age of 46, but this preacher says not even her youthful age can dismiss his conviction that the regional delegate and a fervent Christian of the Baptist Church had fulfilled her spiritual journey on earth.
For he is the one that giveth life to Mercy, and he is the one that has taken life from her.
1994, Mercy Tabufo made nationwide history for being the first ever student to score an A grade in literature and English in the advanced level. She emerged with a degree in bilingual series from the University of Yaoundé 1. The Advanced School of Translators and Interpreters was the next logical destination. In June 2000, Mercy Tabufo became part of the public service, then destination Bamenda in 2002, assuming the role of the Northwest Delegate of Tourism. In 2013, a position she occupied till her death, she's been laid to rest in her family compound in Chobo in Bamenda in a grieving atmosphere.
Our compassion on the